feel like I can never get it all out.
Yeah, it does the best it can. I mean, you got to sit there and let it eat away at it, like fucking acid in your ear, and it just like it sits there and bubbles. I kind of treat it like I do microwaving popcorn,
Okay.
where it's like when the popping starts to slow down and stop for
Oh,
longer periods of time,
yeah.
that's when you know that it's done. Um, but you don't want to leave it in there too long because it will just eat through your fucking ear.
Right.
Um, and you don't want to use it too many days in a row. So I try to give myself a couple days off in between usages, and it never takes more than two. But this time it's and like I was doing it Saturday night, and after running the little squeeze thing to like get the suction and stuff at it,
The little
uh
ear pusher.
yeah, I couldn't walk. I just like lost all ability to
Oh,
balance.
yeah. I've cleaned my ear out with a Q-tip
Mm-hmm.
aggressively
Yes.
and gotten sick to my stomach as a result. Started coughing, and then I got very dizzy.
Yeah.
Your eardrums are nothing to fuck around with.
Not at all. And Aaron's had a problem with her eardrum when she was really young, and that led to like some hearing issues and speech impediment and stuff.
Is that what
Nothing major.
her hearing issues? I thought it was just being a woman.
That is something else. First of all, you're not supposed to scream directly into the vagina because it'll just bounce right back at you.
Oh God! So I was listening to a podcast today, and they it's Your Mom's House, and they were recanting 2019, and I just got into it not about a month ago, and a guy was telling a story about how he was eating a girl's ass, and she farted in his mouth, diarrhea.
She farted in his mouth, diarrhea. So that's not a fart.
She okay? She
That's
sharted.
a warning shot. That's a shot across the bow.
There's more to the story where she had done porn earlier in the day, and her ass was numb, and
Mm.
did not know that she sharted into his mouth. Uh, but yeah, anyways,
So it's a show about average Joes who eat the ass of porn stars.
uh, there. I mean, like I said, there's way more to it. But anyways, you were
It
telling.
sounds like that was way more to it. Don't say, oh, and now back to your story, Corey, because I have no story that can follow that.
And back to court.
I mean, I do know I did meet a guy who, did I tell you this already, who bit off a girl's clitoris?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's one of those things that was kind of like a friend of a friend, and those friends were all talking about it, and it became like the stuff of legends. And then one day you're sitting at that friend's house next to this other person, and you're there for like 10 minutes, and you've got this inkling of something isn't right, and you don't know what it is. And then you turn to that person and say very clearly and with authority, "Oh, you're the guy who bit up that girl's clit." Yeah. And
Fuck. Was it on purpose?
I I think it was. I feel like he was, if I remember it correctly, and it's been a long time. This is the hard rock in '90s. I think it was that he was bored.
Oh, oh.
I don't remember exactly. I know that I think she kept kicking him or something, and he was like, he was done.
This is. I have so many questions.
There's no answers. There's no good answer to that.
Yeah.
There's no, like, he reacted with pride and boastfulness, which is what you'd expect from somebody who's done that to another person.
Yeah.
But it, yeah, I don't,
Ugh.
I have no love for the guy.
No, and obviously I'm not condoning what he did, but
No.
so my thought was, I'll take you through my thought process here. Initially, I was like, oh, he was probably servicing her snack shack,
Yes.
and something happened, and he bit it off. Now it sounds like this man was probably crossing boundaries. He asked to stop, was kicked, and then decided that this is what he's going to do. Now, whether that was during,
I think he was kicked in a heat of the moment sort of thing. I don't think it was that he was. I don't think he was there uninvited.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So he potentially was doing something that she was not interested in and told him no.
I think it was stopping. I think what she wasn't interested in him doing was stopping.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Everything.
more harder. What the fuck? Why is there blood gushing? I don't know exact. Again, details very sketchy. Now it's like 30 years ago that this story came about. It's not. I hate the fact that I'm even sharing it because it just sounds like something that's going to be like guys on the internet are going to try to do. But those guys usually don't get anywhere near a vagina.
Yeah. Did you hear about the guy in Michigan who ate the guy?
Yes, I was. Did I not send you that story?
Oh yeah, you did.
Okay, good. It was me.
I then sent it to a shitload of people at work.
Yeah.
So I started to get lost. But yeah, I do want to talk about the man, the 50-year-old homeless-looking gentleman who found a 25-year-old man from Kansas City who was much cleaner looking,
whose name was
named
Kevin Bacon. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And they met on Grindr. So I really feel like he thought he was ordering food. Because Grindr shouldn't be a gay sex app. I mean, it is, but it also sounds like it could be where you order sandwiches from.
Well,
And
did you, obviously, I'm sure because I'm assuming you read the article, but this was not the first time that someone had come running out of this man's house covered in blood.
but he retained ownership.
Yeah.
We looked up directions. He's about an hour and a half away.
Well, now he's in jail.
Well, yeah. So he may be closer.
So, depending on which jail you're going to, I guess. I don't know your jail system.
I don't know my jail system here yet. I've done work when I was in California at San Quentin.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So I've got a couple prison stories, but that's.
Did you drop soap?
No. Why would I drop the soap? That's a prophylactic. Yeah, you just got to get the slipperiness going.
Oh man, did Nasty Nate tell you that you're a fish?
No.
I'm really glad you got that reference. I was a little nervous.
I don't get that reference at all.
Oh fuck! In Half Baked, the guy who's the teacher goes to jail, and this big ripped black guy named Nasty Nate always calls him a fish.
Okay.
And he like freaks out, and he goes, "No, Nasty Nate, I'm not a fish."
I've actually never seen Half Baked.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It does not seem like your comedy wheelhouse, but
it's one of those things that I'm sure I would have sat through if it was on. I just never. I know it's legendary, but
if it's not on my Plex, I'm going to make that happen. I haven't seen that. Oh, it is. Okay, yeah. Also, when you search for Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, so either one.
It should be Harry Potter and the Half-Baked Prince.
Ooh, I'd watch that.
Oh man, Dave Chappelle could do like a whole skit where he's a teacher at Hogwarts. That could be excellent. Man, remember when Dave Chappelle did shit? Didn't just show up and guest star like when Eddie Murphy was hosting SNL, but like actually was making cool comedy and shit.
Yeah, I heard Joe Rogan was telling a story where Rogan was doing a show like in Denver, and he's like, I got back, and just Dave Chappelle was sitting there, and he's like, hey man, do you mind if I go do 20 minutes? Like, that's fucking Dave Chappelle's life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go to this comics who's sold out an arena. I'll just piggyback on him real quick. No one will mind. Like, wow.
And the thing is, nobody would mind. That would be like that you won the fucking lottery of Joe Rogan shows if that was the case.
Yeah. That's a life right there.
What is the lottery of Joe Rogan shows?
I don't know, and I wasn't gonna ask because I was very confused.
Yeah.
You even said it.
I did, but shit just shoots out of my mouth. Okay, so I was at lunch the other day with a couple of guys that I work with, and one of them mentioned the seedy underbelly on Pornhub. And I was like, oh god damn it, you've listened to the show.
Has he?
Yeah, he had finally he caught up in the last couple episodes. But it was just like, oh shit, things that I said coming back to haunt me. Like,
yeah, it's fucking pretty bad once in a while.
It took me a while to not listen to the show. Like you set a great example of not paying any fucking attention is what we're doing. But I would listen because I wanted to be better. I wanted to figure out what worked, what didn't work. I never did, so I just kind of gave up.
The path to success is paved with mediocrity.
Yeah, Oof. It's a
I don't know if
bumpy
someone else said that. If not, trademark me 2020.
word. Yeah. Like there's certain things that I know that we've said that are that would be a great callback. Like the Uber, what did you call it last week? For the morning after Uber ride home? You had some great name for it. Because I've been trying to figure it out, and all I could come up with like was Uber Skeets. But that's not right.
Skeets.
Because you ski daddle.
Oh, sure. I don't know. The only thing that I can think of, which I do not believe is true, would be like Uber Plan B, Plan Uber.
No.
Anyways,
Yeah, if
someone who
Uber,
listens
if
to
Uber
the
like,
show, if you can let me know.
if Uber just brought a gyno appointment over to your house the next day, that would be good too.
Fuck. Well, you know, I guess on topic, like you could just be a better Uber driver by having Plan B in the car,
Yeah,
like water, mint, Plan B pill.
but you got to make sure it's quality Plan B. You don't want to get like the Amazon Basics Plan B pill.
I fear we're treading on some water we don't want to be doing that on right now. Just with the whole Plan B talk. I don't know. No one probably even listens to this anymore.
Yeah, we don't have an A plan, so that's good.
No, we're always Plan B.
We are. And how do you transition that into Taco Bell?
So, and which is really funny because that's the exact thing I was thinking about was how to do that. I got a notification on my watch today about Taco Bell's deluxe $7 box, which I think we broke last week.
Yeah,
already because there are no new items. The double stacked tacos, did we cover those?
I think
Yes,
you
we
talked
did.
about them a little bit.
Yep, because of the Reaper sauce. Yeah, just still sodium warnings up the wazoo over here on tb.com. That was your Taco Bell Minute. Like no one even comments on Taco Bell Minute, Taco Bell Minute. But I continue to do it because I think it's funny. That's what this show has become.
Like what are our important segments on the show? Like we skip talking about the movie sometimes.
Well,
So
how much we like the movie. Like I liked this one once again, so I feel like we're gonna talk about it. And I think it's
but I think we both liked Haunt, and then I got some feedback on the Haunt show is that, but then you guys didn't talk about what happened in Haunt. You're like, well, you just watch it. Like we don't want to spoil all the deaths for you. That's what the show is we spoil shit.
Right. It had been a couple weeks since we had seen it though, and not making excuses.
Yeah, that's part of it. And it really is kind of like it takes nothing to just describe how people were killed. But it also adds nothing having that description. Like some things don't have depth, they just have the adventure of watching.
And that's the thing. Like all Haunt really was, and we're talking about Haunt on whatever. Fuck it. But all it really was its deaths, and I think if you spoil that entirely, then what reason do you have to watch the movie?
I guess some people don't watch the movies though.
From what I understand, a lot of people don't even watch the movies.
Yeah.
So now apparently we really need to like use in depth in air quotes, but yeah.
Hey Matt,
Not was a lot of browns. That's this movie.
But Ready or Not was.
It was a lot of brown.
It was a lot.
Not shit. It was just all brown color. I saw the light bulb. It was not. No. I was just being an ass. But yeah, we're talking about Ready or Not.
We will talk about Ready or Not. But first, hey Matt, what scares you this week? Here's where I upset Matt by coming up with a new concept for a piece.
Oh, you're not upsetting me. I just was not ready.
Like, give me anything.
I'm trying to think of things that have pissed me off lately. I'm fucking sick of listening to people talk about football.
Now, is it because the Pats aren't going to be in it?
No, most people are I was really excited about that. I do enjoy watching football. What fucking annoys me is that everybody I work with decides that they're a fucking football analyst and they say what the Packers should do and how everything should fucking go. Shut your fucking mouth and just don't talk.
So you're afraid that you're going to go to work tomorrow and it's going to be just the same shit?
I'm not afraid. It happened today.
Well, I know. But you're afraid it's going to keep happening.
It will keep happening. And then the thing is it'll stop for 2 months, then the draft will happen, then it'll pick back up for a couple weeks. Everyone will talk about how the Packers fucked up in drafting the wrong person, and then it'll stop, and then the preseason will start, and then it's every fucking Monday or Tuesday if they played Monday.
See, in that regard, I'm afraid of that even more because I don't know anything about the sport. Like, I just got the information about the fact that the Patriots aren't going to be in it
Yeah.
because people were talking about it around me, but like out of a conversation that was very serious and going on, and all these people had real feelings about this stuff, that's what I picked up. I'm like, okay, the Patriots, they're an important team to people that I know.
So are the people that you know, are they truly upset, or are they happy that the Pats aren't in it?
Well, at work, nobody was upset. I'm
Okay.
in Michigan, so everybody there is very pleased.
Right. So and
They don't have the dick dangle to at because it's their people.
did they explain to you why people are happy?
I I have to go back to they just don't like the dude.
Okay. So I didn't want to start explaining it if you already knew, but then I halfway through that thought realized that we may have listeners that also don't care about football, which is fine. There's
Oh, please don't.
nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So the Patriots are historically always in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And they're a very, very wealthy team, which means they can buy a lot of high dollar players. And I am going to only glaze the surface because my football knowledge isn't that deep. But they also get caught cheating like twice a season.
Yes, I've heard the cheating thing.
Yeah, so it just no one wants that's like there was the string of years where the Yankees were always in the World Series, always did really well because they had all the money, they had all the good players. Everyone fucking hated them because you always want to hate whoever the best is. I don't love the Patriots. I'm not defending them. I was very happy that they weren't in it because it is kind of annoying to just be like, well, who are the Patriots going to play this year?
Right.
Get new fucking teams in there. But I also think Tom Brady's kind of a douchebag. Like, he open mouth kisses his kids. That was a callback from a couple years ago. There's a picture of him like open mouth kissing his son.
I heard that too, and I don't.
Well, he's like New England, generally a fairly wealthy area. If you were like yacht club douchebag, like, it's Tom Brady. But the guy's also 42 and one of the best football players in the league, arguably.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like South Park recently had an episode where fuck, I can't remember what they were calling it, but the someone's mom was sick and she found out that if she drank her own shit, like she would make shit smoothies, it would cure her. And like, so they found out that Tom Brady's shit, when he drinks it, is what keeps him young and good at football. So they're all trying to break into his house to get his shit, and it turns out he's shitting in a jars because he doesn't want to flush it because he doesn't want people to go into the sewer to try and get his shit. Yeah. So I think it's just that people want to hate whoever's the best for whatever reason.
What's scary is that there's such a ring of truth, to that with the whole fecal transplant stuff.
Oh, it was fecal transplants.
Okay.
And then somehow they started drinking it. It was a couple weeks ago.
Like, well, it's South Park. They're going to wind up drinking shit. That's not a stretch for the show at all.
No. Yeah, it was fecal transplant.
That's like this show talking about Taco Bell.
Ooh, I do love Taco Bell.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
And Matt and Trey love drinking shit. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't know if there's any truth to, like, if they've been caught drinking shit.
Caught? They have shit drinking parties.
Shit drinking parties
all the time.
I want to get invited to a shit drink.
That's the only reason Tom Cruise hasn't sued the shit out of him, literally, for all the Scientology stuff, because he loves those parties.
Oh wow!
They sat him next to the guy who played Squeak in basketball, and
fuck yeah,
Tom's got some height on him.
That if you guys make fun of me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here. That line up quite a bit.
Basketball is just one of the goddamn best movies ever.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, it's real good. I went to the grocery store after work, and we talked about sloppy joes. I decided I'm gonna make sloppy joes when we're done recording this, because
right on.
I've not had fucking just plain sloppy joes in a very long time. But I found you can buy edible cookie dough in a small tub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got one of those because my wife is gone, so why fucking not?
All right, now first of all, any cookie dough is edible if you're trying hard enough.
No, it's true. If you're not scared of eating raw
Right,
maggot,
yeah.
then do it to it.
So I had on at a point in time when Aaron was gone or was not going to be home till later, something like that. I had picked up some raw cookie dough, not the edible in a tub that they charge you $5 for. No, fuck that. I got the Pillsbury bricks.
Just fucking chew the log.
Yeah, exactly. And which I've been doing my entire fucking life. And if that led to this awesome physique that you see before you, God bless you, little doughboy. So I I picked up. They've got the little brick, and you break them off. They're squares and stuff like that, and you break them off, and you bake the cookies. And the idea is you can make as many as you want, and then keep the rest of them refrigerated. Well, fuck that. Of course, we don't cook them. You just eat the brick. So I had done that, and I didn't wind up eating them, or I didn't eat much of it that night. And a few days later, Erin's in the fridge, and she notices this brick of cookie dough, and she's like, "What is this?" I said, "Well, it's the raw cookie dough." She's like, "This is brilliant. This is a fantastic idea." So you just break off a brick and eat a little bit of a brick of cookie. We used to get the raw cookie dough from Papa Murphy's, the take and bake pizza place. Yeah, they always had the little thing of raw cookie dough. Those cookies never got made. Man, I make cookies from scratch. This is my, I just want some cookie dough. I don't want to go through the effort. But if I'm going to fucking make cookies, I'm making cookies. The whole effort is in the baking.
Right.
But nah, just like sometimes you just want to knock down a fucking brick of cookie dough. That's a beautiful, beautiful way to live.
I do really like a warm cookie though once in a while.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love cookies. There's a specific joy in making cookies.
Yeah.
And it's usually like, if for a long time it was my midnight on Saturday thing to do, is I would make cookies. Our kitchen here, the oven is not really conducive to cookie baking. The kitchen is hard to clean because we don't have a dishwasher. And it's an ordeal, all the measurements and stuff. So I don't do it that often. Now, we'll get there again. But I do want cookie dough on occasion. So like I'll hit that shit up.
Is cookie dough worse than cookies?
No, they're just two different things.
Yeah, I mean it's like ice and water. It's the same thing in two different forms, but
yeah,
think about it. When you
both important, both excellent.
Anything burn off that would technically make a cookie healthier than cookie dough?
Salmonella.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
I think that's really it. It's the airborne shit that can fuck you up.
I'm talking about like butter.
But if you use farm fresh eggs,
yeah. But if there's butter, or it would really just be the butter in the cooking process where some of it burns off, or I don't know. Just shut up.
I mean, if you want to get in the chemical breakdown, that's a Molten Brown shit. I'm not quite there.
That is not a conversation you and I can weigh in on at all.
I mean, the other thing is flour, when it cooks, it gets some of the mealiness out of it. But
right. But that's there's like part of the joy. Part of the joy is just having to chew on my cookies.
That's the way I've always seen it, Matt. Is my joy is to chew in your cookies.
I thought you were laughing at my dog licking my face while I'm trying to talk about eating cookies.
Well, yeah, if he's seen the amount of ass you've eaten, that's probably why he's all up in your business.
Same amount of ass,
right?
Maybe more. He's eaten more asses than I have.
So cookie dough is a staple, and it's the go-to for a lot of things. But what else is your like raw food happiness? Because I got to tell you, fucking brownie batter.
Oh yeah, brownie. I was trying to something that I was trying to go through things that aren't like desserts.
Yeah, I mean cake batter as well. It just a joy. Like I will get like 2 cake mixes and make a cake, but have made 2 cake mixes.
Yeah, there was. We used to chew dough when I worked at the pizza place when I was like
yes,
as like gum.
Pizza dough is I mean, yeah, if it's got some good elasticity, then you can kind of use it as gum. But I love pizza dough, bread dough. My grandmother used to make homemade noodles when she would make chicken soup, and she would have like giant sheet pans of noodles around. Yeah, man, fucking gluten is a favorite of mine. If I was allergic to gluten, I would be out that fucking window, but hopefully we'd be like 10 stories higher than we are right now.
Right. Now,
Because
I do want to point out I didn't eat and swallow the pizza dough. It was just a chew and spit type deal. I don't want any text messages from
see, real men don't spit.
I don't know. Like I didn't enjoy the taste of raw dough.
Oh, I love the taste of raw dough.
Man, I feel like maybe I should go eat some raw dough.
It's definitely like, again, I'm a doughy person myself, so it's I don't know, it's probably like eating your own flesh or something. I just what?
It's cannibalism.
A little bit. I don't care.
Whatever.
You know,
I'm not gonna tell you to live.
I always like the stuff. It's an odd quirk of mine, and I don't celebrate in it the way that I did when I was younger. Which is why I'm still alive. Why I don't have a 6-pack of Oompa Loompas rolling me around everywhere. But I do like, if there's the opportunity, like, again, the take and bake pizza, there's that little bit of the pizza before it's cooked on the edge and stuff like that. You just squeeze a little bit of that off. You get some pizza dough there.
Hey man,
that's happening.
What you're into.
When I was a kid, we went to a restaurant where they would let the kids make their own pizzas. They'd bring out the tray, the fixings, stuff like that, and you would make them all, and then they would cook them for you.
Oh, child labor.
Yeah, sort of, but it was for your own enjoyment. You weren't doing it for other people.
My favorite part is that it's exciting to do someone else's work when you're a child.
Yes.
Now it's fucking stupid and annoying.
Yeah.
I would like to live on a forever Saturday.
It's fantastic until all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, you should read some Mark Twain and learn about whitewashing a fence and realize how it's bullshit that everyone convinces you to do work." Oh yeah, that is what a fucking lark. And also we used to own slaves. So like shitty, just shitty stuff. Thank God for the education of Samuel Clemens. Yeah. So you're afraid of football talk?
I shouldn't say I'm afraid of it. It's just very annoying.
No, it is. And then we talked about it on here.
Yeah, like I said, I don't dislike football. I do enjoy it. I know a little bit, but I don't. What you talking about? What a football team should do that you like at work on Monday isn't going to make a lick of fucking difference.
Yeah, but I have the feeling of that's all conversation. Like most stuff that we talk about, even the stuff that we're sort of authoritative on,
right?
It's just speculation and conjecture, and it's just to kind of fill the air, just to plug that gap of holes of not talking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you really just want to impose your opinion on someone.
And you want the joy of having a shared experience that you didn't really get to share. You know, it's not like you guys were at the game and you both saw it together. Because even if that's the case, you will still leave it and like talk about, oh, remember this part. But then you're doing that at work with people that you don't get to like hang out with on the weekend, or you haven't taken to your sports arena or whatever. And you still have that kind of camaraderie or rivalry, which is itself a kind of camaraderie.
Same as watching a movie that someone else has seen and then talking about it on the
right internet. Or haven't seen, which is again really weird. Although at least it's never us not watching the movie. Well, it was that one time for you. Not watching the movies.
I went back and watched the right one.
Well, I know you did.
Time's a charm.
I don't think you're a bad person. I just think you're sometimes confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you find the Lord?
No, this will mean abso-fucking-lutely nothing to you. I just saw there's the band Sanction is playing with CU Space Cowboy in Minneapolis. It just popped up on my internet.
CU Space Cowboy is a reference to an anime, right?
I have no fucking clue, but it is one of the worst band names I've ever heard, and I love that band. It's not a good name. I'm hoping someone knows.
Although CU Space Cowboy spells cusp. If they go with a CU, like you were talking about, see you next Tuesday.
Why? Which is it's another band.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's YOU.
No, what is that fucking anime? There's something where they call him Space Cowboy. Anyway. So this is an exciting event for you.
Yeah, but it's
Now, are you going to then Monday go to work and find the person who also listens to that style of music and talk about how the band was either good and or shitty, and what you think they should have done better and or worse?
um well, for one, this is on a Wednesday 4 hours away, so I do not know if I will go. Two, no one that I know of that I work with listens to the same music I do. Real surprised, I'm sure.
I did get to drop the bomb of knowing cattle decapitation at work the other day with the person who knew immediately who I was talking about. I'm like, oh shit. Well, this just got too serious then.
Well, if you really wanted to swing dick, you could have said that you met someone who toured with them.
I was talking about Aviotic and Travis and stuff as well. I didn't realize that he had toured with Cattle Decapitation.
Yeah,
but again,
for
that Cattle Decapitation is nowhere near as important to me as Aviotic is because Travis.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Fucking Travis.
Fucking Travis is an awesome dude.
Fucking Travis.
And I got to describe to him what an omelet is. But I would like a callback from him to say whether or not he tried it, because he seemed really interested at that lunch.
I was thinking about asking him, but I haven't talked to him in quite a while. I was supposed to go out to Minneapolis when they played there with Suffocation, and it just didn't pan out.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not all my friends listen to that band. Fucking whatever. I can make excuses all night. Do you want to talk about this movie?
Yeah, let's talk about this movie. We are going to talk about Ready or Not.
The 2019 Ready or Not, the one that literally just came out, because
they were not ready for us to talk about Ready or Not.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Every time they hear some sound, they think Alyssa's home, and it's just really been sweet.
Oh, that's hard on them.
Yeah, they do it when I'm gone too, and maybe they don't. I don't know. She tells me they do, but lying. Samara Weaving. I was trying to look up who played Grace.
Yes.
Samara Weaving.
Yeah, so we have to talk about Samara Weaving because this is now the third movie that we've reviewed with her in it. And I'm going to assume that it's the third one that we really liked her in.
Yeah.
Because we watched The Babysitter, which was the Netflix movie.
Yep.
And we watched Mayhem, which was I don't know if it's a Shudder original, but it was a Shudder exclusive, where they were fighting their way through the building and stuff. And now this. And I have to say, she just continues to be incredibly impressive in both the horror film roles that she does and in what she does with them. Like, there is a point in this where she's shaking with such venom and like having been betrayed so much by this family, and when she's just gutturally like like that, like fucking something out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
I didn't realize she was on Ash versus Evil Dead too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either, which really bums me out because it means that I didn't get far enough into Ash versus Evil Dead, which might be part of the reason why it's gone away. Not like I was the one holdout that was screwing it up for him.
They were like, man, if only Corey.
Fucking these assholes say they do a horror podcast, but
so for what it's worth, Ash vs. Evil Dead was always written as like 3 seasons. So they were trying to write a third movie, and it ended up being like 180 pages. So they're like, let's just make it a TV show.
Okay.
So I think it had a finite amount of time. It wasn't canceled. They ended it, but now they're talking about doing another Evil Dead movie.
Yeah, but not with Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell said he was open to it.
No. That last I heard was that he was not. Sam Raimi was like, he would like to really do something with Bruce and Ash, but Bruce says he's retired from that character.
I can't remember. I know. Fuck, I don't know. Robert Englund said he would do another Freddy. I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of.
That might be, because this was just recent that Sam was talking about this when he was doing promotion for The Grudge, which apparently has not done well at all.
I will certainly see it, but
yeah, Aaron's when he dropped. She's like, yeah, it got an F score.
Yeah, there was a lot of things said about that movie that I've never heard said about movies before.
Somebody said Even the people who fucking hate Star Wars didn't give shit to the movie like this movie has gotten. I'm like, okay.
She's also in Bill and Ted Face the Music
Yep.
as
She's playing
the daughter.
Ted's daughter, I
Yep.
believe.
Yep, Ted as Preston. Yep, Tia Preston. She's also in Snake Eyes.
Oh no, she's Preston, then she's Bill's daughter.
Bill as Preston. Oh yeah. Sorry,
Ted
I have to say
Preston
the
Logan.
whole line to know who's who.
Yep. Ted Theodore Logan.
Yep, We Are the Wild Stallions. Man, maybe I should watch one of those movies. Sorry, the world is my fucking oyster right now. It's bad because I'll like start doing something and then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll just do this instead.
Yeah.
And I never like commit to one activity.
Is that thing always masturbation?
No, I carry that out to fruition. I had said by the end of this, she comes home next Sunday. I think my dick is going to look like a really loose Twizzler. Maybe more of a pull and peel. Get that limp texture. Yeah.
I'm very, very glad that we are exclusively a red vine family after that.
I love pull and peels. That's a texture thing. I don't like the texture of red vines.
What's a pull and peel?
It's there's like 9 of them bundled together, and you can pull them like one at a time.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Like, the 9 makes like a really fat, like it's a little fatter than a red vine.
Do Twizzlers do that too?
It is Twizzler pull and peel.
Okay, shit. Because I always remember the commercial doing that, and I don't think I've ever eaten Twizzlers. So.
Oh yeah, they're fine. And then they got the juice filled ones; those are good too.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What kind of juice? Like an au jus?
Yeah, it's like a savory beef sauce. Stuffed? Are they Twizzlers? Yeah, the filled twists. So I like how we always end up talking about food.
No, but we're hungry folk.
So it's Twizzlers texture, I guess, but it has like the hollowed out middle like a red vine.
Okay.
Like the fatter end, because the Twizzler is like real thin opening. This one's real fat.
Which we've used red vines for like drinking soda and stuff as straws.
Yeah. So this one is filled then with cherry kick or citrus punch. So it'll be it's not these. Red is cherry and yellow is citrus, and it's like kind of like Gusher juice inside.
Yeah.
But it's like thicker so that if you bite it doesn't like just.
So you remember the little wax bottles that had like liquid in them?
These are fucking so disgusting, but I loved them as a kid.
Yeah, I loved them as a kid, but it always weirded me out that the wax just tasted like wax. Because you ever get the wax nose and mustaches?
Yeah, those taste like ass.
They got a candy taste to them, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the ones that I grew up with had like an actual flavor to the wax. So I'm like, why do you not make a flavor to the wax for these things so they're actually good? But I guess it's so you don't get the kids to eat wax.
Right, you just sit and eat wax.
In my day, kids were allowed to eat
Friday. Eat wax.
That doesn't really feel far away from what I did over the weekend, so maybe we should move on.
Ready or not?
Ready or not? We're not.
No. So it's labeled as a comedy horror thriller, which there wasn't a ton of comedy. There was some funny parts. We will get to those.
I think the family, their ineptitude is what makes it funny, and the delivery of everybody was great.
Yeah, the fact that like the hired help kept dying.
Yeah,
inadvertently. I chuckled. I should point out my friend JR, whom I fucking hate with every fiber of my being, is the one that recommended this movie. And I don't like that I liked it, because then it means I have to tell him that I liked it. And I have to talk to his stupid fucking mouth. And he's got a real dumb half beard. He's fucking bald. I've never hated someone so much as I hate JR.
That's true. And I have heard that he does sexual things to livestock.
He does. He puts the bucket and then he fucks a moose.
I mean, livestock at first. Then it's just stock, which they then use to fill Twizzlers.
I heard he puts frozen hot dogs in his butt. He walks around with them in there.
But not with mustard, which is really the fucking crime.
Yeah. Well,
I hate mustard.
Once he ejects, so he cooks them. He puts a frozen hot dog goes in, a cooked hot dog comes
He does
out.
the Winona Ryder ping pong ball trick. Except
with a fucking hot dog. Every third hot dog's a chocolate hot dog. All right, stop talking about JR's ass.
They all go in his footlongs, but they come up chopped up in like Vienna.
Like soft serve, like he pinches it off when it comes to it, makes fucking cocktail weenies.
We're way too proud of ourselves for this.
Oh,
what did
man.
JR do? Why is JR getting this shit?
Because I fucking hate him.
Okay.
Yeah, I should show you a picture of his face. You'll hate him too.
All right.
He's actually one of my best friends.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
So I still fucking hate him though.
Yeah, as you should.
And I also like I'm dying inside knowing that he's going to listen to this and probably laugh at everything we've just said.
Yeah,
So
hopefully.
that much better for me.
I hope he goes right to the fucking Safeway and gets himself an 8-pack of fucking Oscar Mayer and just
he's gonna go to the local Quick Trip and get the 30-pack of Fun Dogs.
If this isn't his primary Instagram post after this, like I don't fucking want to know the guy.
Actually has absolutely no social media.
Well, because he has no friends.
It's true. That's true. I mean, he's married and has children, so he has default friends.
Tom from MySpace rejected him.
I can't even whistle right now. Anyways, fuck you, JR. Ready or not? So,
but with love.
No. So it starts off. It's in. I don't even know. Does it say it's in the 80s?
No, I don't know that it is at all because the one guy's playing on his cell phone the whole time. Oh, you mean when it starts?
So the beginning.
Yeah, so 30 years ago.
Yeah. So there's this family and they're chasing someone around.
Technically 30 years ago would be 89, or at this point it would be 90s.
Well, it would have been 89 from when this came out.
Right.
But yeah, fucking whatever.
So there should have been like winger posters up. No, I'm kidding. Nobody had winger posters in the 80s.
Someone's got Motley Crue. There's Gene Simmons is in you see him run through the background. We're kidding. None of that actually happened. So this family's playing, they're chasing someone around, and it hasn't alluded to the fact that it's hide and seek yet. But the girl like runs into the son, and she's like, "Oh, you gotta help me get out of here." And then the son, goes, "Oh, they're in here." And then the family's like, "Good." And then 30 years later, this man is marrying this fine piece of ass, Samara Weaving.
She is lovely.
No, she's. I think she's absolutely gorgeous.
She used to remind me of the. Oh God, I can't. Wow, it's been a long time since I've watched Community, but she reminded me of.
Oh yeah, that
yeah, from Community, and this she doesn't like. It's now she looks very distinctly different, which is good. I'm now comfortable at a point where I'm seeing Samara Weaving as Samara Weaving, as opposed to other actresses that she has some.
Well, the more you see her, and obviously the more that helps. So I get it.
Yeah, it gives her more agency, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. She's so fucking cool. Yeah, Jillian Jacobs. I don't know if she's the soft G or hard G. I mean, when I look at her, I'm a hard G. I said that for you. Only for you. And for her, I guess. If she takes that. Then she's not going to take that. Anyway, so the guy is marrying Samara Weaving, who grew up in orphanages and foster homes and stuff like that, never had a family. So it's very important to her to get to be a part of his family. He's kind of been away from the family. He's ostracized himself. He's like, he didn't want to be around him and shit for a few years. And so him coming back and doing the wedding with her there at the house is a big deal to the family, and it's a big deal to her. And he's just kind of like uncomfortable with it the whole time. And we start to figure out why.
Yeah, so it's alluded to very early that his family is fucking Oprah rich.
Yeah.
You find out later that they made board games. It wasn't a deck of cards, and then they moved into board games, and then it grew from there. But ceremony takes place. I don't know if anything important really happens. Other than character development, but they're sitting around a big ass table, and the dad is explaining traditions, and how their family's rich in tradition. And this box comes out, and then it comes all the way around to her, and they basically say, "We're going to play a game. We have to play a game. So you pull a card, and that's the game that we're going to play."
Yeah, they talk about how the box was won by or given to their patriarch and their family a long time ago, but it came with certain rules, and one of the rules is they have to anytime someone marries in the family, they have to choose a game from the box. But the person who gave it to him, they forget what they call him, like Mr. Bale or something.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Um,
But so they have to do this, and if at times
lay bail.
Label. So whenever we find out whenever they tried to forego doing the ritual, it's turned out bad
Yep.
for whoever
So
skipped out.
something that I did kind of just remember, I think him and his brother are talking before the ceremony, and the game comes up, and he says, "If she pulls the card, are you going to do what you need to do?"
Right.
So that gets whatever. So foreshadowing, but it
I mean, technically, the whole opening scene of the 30 years ago was foreshadowing.
yeah, yeah. So she pops her card out, and it just says hide and seek. So she's like, well, whatever.
And everybody's still like the husband is ghost white about this, and everybody else is like really uncomfortable, but they don't let up of telling her anything about what's going on. It's like, okay, so you're the one who draws a card, you're the bride, you have to go hide.
Yep.
And she's like, so I can't win. And they're like, well, you could just make it through the whole night without getting found. And she's like, fuck that. Because she doesn't want to play hide and seek all night. It's her fucking wedding night. She was already trying to bang her husband on her bed, and then the weird aunt came into the room.
I fucking hated that woman.
She was creepy, bitch.
I mean, she fulfilled her purpose in the movie.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so they're like, well, go hide, and then they start playing this record of a song that's
the hide and seek song. The
song.
It was like an album that you would play if you were like in kindergarten or something like that, and they would put on albums for you to play like Ring Around the Rosie, and there's a Ring Around the Rosie song, or if they put on an album for like musical chairs, it would be like in the time there would be an album to teach kids how to play hide and seek, and then they wouldn't have to worry about counting themselves. The album is kind of doing the counting for you, giving the rules of the play while the first person hides, and it keeps all the other kids entertained while they hide. It seemed authentic to me. It didn't seem like something they made up for the movie, but it's also something that we haven't had a reason to hear or listen to. It probably in our entire lifetimes, like it's not something you'd see around. But I get that it could have been before that.
Right.
Like in an old phonograph.
Yeah, so while the record's playing, the family is arming themselves.
Yep.
She climbs into a dumbwaiter, which comes back later. Gets sick of it, and this is when shit starts to get real. So the family is spread out around this giant, massive house, trying to figure out trying to find her. She still has no fucking clue. The husband, they told him to stay back. He quickly gets up and like goes through secret passages to try and find her. There's like one of the maids is in a bedroom, and then like the sister runs in there and thinks it's Grace, and then fucking shoots her in the head.
Shoots her in the head.
And then the whole family is pissed at her, and she's like, well, can't this just be our sacrifice? And then it must be the bride.
Yeah, it must be. So the tradition and the rules and everything, they do hit some gray areas with the rules as it goes along. But that was one of those things that no, you can't just have it be anybody. It's got to be the bride that hits the sacrifice. And so also along the path of this is that we are being shown that they are very convinced that they have to do this thing, that all of their lives revolve around the fact that they've got this box, that it came with these penalties of you have to follow these rules, and if you don't, some horrible shit is going to happen to them.
Yeah.
But it also could be, and it comes up a lot by her, especially like, yeah, but what if this is just bullshit? There are a couple of members who married into the family who got to play different games that were actually games and not like, I'm going to fucking die tonight.
Yeah. So
and they're like, is this real?
Hide and seek is the only one that requires the family to kill the recipient. So there are other games that they could have potentially played knowing that hide and seek is the one where someone dies, and the brother or the other guy that the main Daniel is his name. I don't fucking because all these names. But Daniel basically says later, like, this hasn't happened in 30 years.
Right.
obviously.
But there were also people along the way that didn't participate
Yep.
in the ritual and then apparently died horribly. Were described that, and they're like, yeah, but didn't they just die in a fire? Like, no, they didn't just fucking die in a fire. That was the cover. That's what they want you to think, but that's not what happened.
Right.
So we still get an out of, is it real? Is it not? To the family, it's real, and the family, they're fucking dedicated. They're going to do it.
Yep.
Daniel's the only one who's like not into it, but we also see like his brother, who is the one who saved Daniel in the 30-year flashback, like hid him in a closet to keep him guarded from seeing what was going on with the ritual and stuff like that. We see that he doesn't really relish in doing this. He's just kind of going along with it. And every once in a while you see him like turn her in, but he's not, his heart's not in it. You can tell he's just like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. But when he catches her in the room later on, he's like, yeah, I've got to call them. I'll give you a 10-second head start. He's like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 2.5. And he just like goes. But it also seems like that's the attitude about a lot of things.
Yeah. I was trying to follow along with what you were saying with this Wikipedia because I don't want to miss anything. But
we've gotten to the point where she now knows that she's being hunted.
Yeah.
And the family is doing this and trying to kill her, but the family is incredibly bad at it. The sister keeps shooting the wrong people. She's high as fuck most of the time. I love that actress. She's on that Winona Earp series on Sci-Fi. She's great, and she was really hilarious in this.
Yeah, so I think at this point, Grace gets back to the room that they were originally in, where she remembered seeing all the guns. So there's a short montage where she rips her wedding dress and puts comfortable shoes on, and
yeah, Daniel finds her and tells her like she has to get to the kitchen. He'll work out a way to unlock the door to let her out.
Yeah, so he goes, oh yeah, because there's a security system that they lock down the house and turn off all the cameras because they have to do it the way that their grandfather did it or some shit.
But when it becomes convenient, they're like, yeah, but there were no fucking video cameras at that time. So is it really against the rules?
Yeah. So by then, Daniel has broken. Wait, never mind. Wrong brother. Alex is Grace's husband.
Okay.
Alex has destroyed the security system, all the cameras, and unlocked the doors. So there's a short scene where Grace sees like the male butler.
Yeah.
She tries to shoot him, realizes that the ammo is fake, the gun was real, and then blasts him in the side of the head with a hot pot of tea that he was making to try and get out. And she runs back into the house, right? She doesn't go outside right away.
No, she goes outside. She tries to get away, but he manages to come after her. So here's part of the thing: is that butler, not part of the family, way into this.
Yeah,
like,
it seemed like
just,
all the hired help had definitely an idea of what was happening.
I don't think if they understood really what was happening, I don't know that they all would have gotten out there and just gotten shot real bad.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like he probably understands that he has a very cushy life.
He does.
His family, and if something happens to that family, he doesn't have a job.
Yeah, he's their Alfred, except fucked up.
Yep. So Grace gets caught by this guy, and she darts him, and then starts to drive back.
And tries to use like the OnStar in the car to call the police.
Calls the car because it was reported stolen. So that's how he catches her. So he darts her. They're driving back. He's like FaceTiming the family and turns up music and starts singing really loud. And you see Grace sit up in the back, and they're yelling at him. And then he gets the car to crash. And
yeah, she fucks him up. And
then the brother's just there.
The brother, yeah, because they were easy to find in the woods. You hear this giant crash, and it takes her a while probably to crawl out of it. But he was there because they were getting rid of the bodies out in the barn, dumping him down into the goat thing. Oh yeah, so she gets shot in the barn.
Oh yeah. I couldn't remember if that was before or after. Yeah, so she like falls into some murder pit too and gets shot. Oh yeah, kid shoots her to her fucking hand, which I thought was brutal.
Yeah, but not as brutal as her trying to climb up out of that pit though, and having to use the hole in her hand, the Christ hole, to hit that nail to be able to pull herself up because the ladder was falling apart. Yeah, there's some good squeamish moments in this, and that was probably one of the better ones. But yeah, so she gets grabbed by the family. The family brings her in.
I do want to point out that when the kid shoots her, she fucking just punches him
in
the face.
Yeah, real good.
It was great.
earned.
Yeah.
I would have thrown him down that fucking pit. But yeah, so but that's also part of the thing with the family is they're not just thinking about themselves. In the case of the sister and her husband, they're thinking about their kids. Um, they're dealing with the fact like, yeah, maybe you don't deserve to die, but my kids don't deserve to die either.
Right.
Although I felt like that kid kind of deserved to fucking die.
That kid totally deserved to die.
Yeah, totally. But he was doing what he's taught. And that's another thing too, is that as kids, and this is something that the husband says, he's like, as a kid, you're taught fucked up shit by your family,
Mhm.
but you don't know it's fucked up shit. It seems normal because it's your family doing it. They are your base. They're what you're supposed to be aspiring to be like. And it's not until years later as a grown-up you go, oh wait, no, nobody else fucking hunts and kills brides and grooms on their wedding night. The fuck is this? So that's why he was estranged from the family. Is like he's like, I don't want to do that. And he makes there's a conversation that happens between him and her where he's like, I didn't want to get married. She's like, you motherfucker, you know, but you allowed it. He's like, yes, but if I didn't, you would have left me.
Right.
And it shows how seriously he loved her, that he thought they would be okay. But he knew bringing her into her family was going to fuck things up. But if he didn't bring her into a family, things were going to be fucked up anyway. So it was his gamble. So in this, we go along with the belief that Alex really is in love with Grace and, you know, is trying to do right by Grace. But that only lasts so long. And
Right.
part of that is that fight for survival.
Right. So there's blah, 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 blah. I'm just skimming through here. She's captured again, restrained. Oh yeah, so Alex is restrained by his dad and brother after they find him when he broke the security system. So she gets caught again. Yeah, she causes the car to crash. However, she's captured again, restrained. Okay, so this is when she ends up on the pentagram on the table.
Yep.
And the family is about to sacrifice her, so they drink from a ceremonial cup and start to vomit blood because Daniel poisoned them.
Yes.
Okay.
The brother who saved Alex as a kid from seeing the ritual, the brother is actually the good guy in the film. He's like, yeah, they're not going to die. I didn't poison them to kill them. They're just going to, you know, shit for a week.
Yeah.
But he is now shown his true colors of like, he doesn't give a fuck about letting her go and the family dealing with whatever the consequences are. Either he doesn't believe in it or he just doesn't care. And he realizes his family is fucked up and, you know, it's not right to kill this young girl. But then his wife, who is a fucking bitch whore from hell,
Yeah.
she comes out and she's like, so you never really loved me. You know, you're going to let me die for this girl. And so she shoots him in the neck. So when Alex sees his brother is dead later on, I think part of what makes him turn is that he thinks Grace is the one who killed Daniel.
Yeah. Which makes sense now.
And then the next scene is her getting cornered by his mom, played by a fantastic Andy McDowell, who's great in most things. She gets cornered by the mom in the other room, the mom who honestly likes her, but again is like, but I'm not fucking letting my family die. Right. And so she beats the mom's head in with the gift box.
Yeah, she fucks her up.
Fucks her up.
A surprise because it
was
very gruesome.
So that's two people that Alex has now seen that one legitimately she killed, but the other one that he believes she killed in his family. So Alex is like, yeah, so I guess you're going to get sacrificed now.
Yep. So they give him the sword, knife, and they're all hail Sataning.
And you're still kind of like, but will he or won't he? And, you know, he does.
Right. Yeah. So at the last minute, she turns. He stabs her in the shoulder.
Yep.
And then gets free. Then Dawn breaks. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the movie because everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Like, see, I told you it was bullshit.
Yep. And then everyone kind of was like, oh, yeah, it is bullshit. There was never anything to be fucking worried about. And then everyone starts exploding.
Yeah, the aunt is the first one to go. The one who like realizes that it's Dawn. Yeah. And she's just kind of like screaming and she's pissed. And then all of a sudden she explodes. And everyone was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and then everyone explodes, and then the police show up, and Grace is sitting out front smoking a cigarette, and then the cops just like, "Oh, are you okay? Like, how are they not? You're fucking covered in human remains."
And the house is burning down and everybody else is fucking dead. Yeah, that's always my question too, is like, but how does this get explained afterwards? Like,
That
I
was
know
the
CSIs are good,
yep, yep. That was definitely my thought. It was like, what the fuck?
but it leads to a really wonderful ending of her just sitting there like fucking in-laws.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No. I hear you, sister. That's Ready or Not.
Yeah, and so we have described the whole thing. You know, there's parts we glazed over,
Best of our ability.
but we are completely underselling it because this is just a goddamn fun movie.
It's super fun. It was a great movie. I hate JR, but yeah, he really
Yeah.
did a good one here.
Well, you know, even a broken clock sucks dick 100 times between meals. What? I don't know what I was saying there. Anyway, he chose a good film,
No,
and it I can't say that it's not a comedy. I
no,
definitely
there's
see it.
definitely comedy elements, but they seemed like very natural, and it didn't seem like it was forced comedy at all. There were no forced lines to
Right.
try and make it a comedy, which I really did appreciate.
Yeah, it's the ultimate sarcasm of certain characters. It's the goofiness of certain characters. It's the ineffectualness
Mhm.
of the people trying to kill people, the randomness of the deaths. Also, killing the help made sense because we had to have most of the family be alive to the end. When the family starts dying, things get amped up very quickly because it would have to be her killing them or them killing each other. If they kill each other, that's like a whole in war that's going to happen real quick. They're
Right.
going to gather and like fuck up whoever did it. Um, if it's her killing them, then she loses the power of being the innocent that's getting chased by someone like her now husband.
Mhm.
Which I also love the moment where she like takes off the ring and throws it back to him and says, "I want a divorce." Um, right before he explodes,
Yeah.
because it gives her. It's not just him exploding; it's her having the ability to say, "You motherfucker, I hate your guts."
Right.
He's like, "We're not going to be able to recover from this, are we?" No,
But you know what the best
no.
part is she was married to him. She's now
Mhm.
the last surviving member of that family. She's fucking rich.
She is, as long as someone mailed in the paperwork. Or it looks really like I watched Knives Out recently too, and I think something about when murder came up, the will got contested.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of gray areas. I was making
A
a
lot of gray areas, but I also feel like she doesn't give a shit at that point. She's just like she's had fucking enough.
yes. So marry, fuck, kill.
Fucking Mary,
Yeah, I'd fucking marry her too.
and I would then get chased down by her family and kind of be okay with it as long as the fucking wedding night happens first.
It's
She's
true.
cute.
Sorry, I'm kind of pushing this along because I can hear all my dogs crying. But what we got to pick something for next time?
Shit. I hit you up with the last one. Like,
Let me see. Let me see what I got here that I want to watch. Rambo 5. Is that kind of
you're still trying to, like, you have an action movie podcast.
I know, but fucking Matt goes to Costa Rica all the goddamn time. Once.
Matt's got a busy life, man. You know?
Um,
You know what you do have that I'm not super
Oh.
like I'm not the biggest Shining fan, but I've heard good things about Doctor Sleep. Is that a no?
I fucking did not like that movie. I do not like it again. If you do want to talk about it, I'll go based off of what I remember from the first time.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I haven't seen you outright reject a film before.
Dude, it was not good, and it's very long.
Okay, then I've got one that I'm going to mention because Aaron keeps bringing it up.
Okay, I have a backup but I want to hear what yours is first.
All right, it's not the one with the clown, which I think is that Terrifier?
Yeah, which is
All
really
right.
but it's God damn it, Beatmaster like Dr. Sleep. Now I have to hate him. Terrifier is actually a sequel.
Okay. Well, there's something called Terrified, which is a foreign film. But she keeps saying Terrified, but I know she's not talking about the one with the clown. So I'll give you a link later on
Okay.
of what it is. so we can find it. I know that she'd been watching it on Shudder, and she's watched it a few times, and she keeps insisting we have to do that movie. She also wants to do One Cut of the Dead.
We call it Terrified.
Terrified.
Terrified is one of the scariest movies of 2018.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, can you handle it? If it's, you're gonna have to read.
What?
I'm pretty sure that it has subtitles. So think of it like it's too bad she's not here, but you know, if Nicole was on, we would have done that anyway.
That's
so
true. She's always good for a subtitled movie.
and we did that for Lucy, who was our fan.
Right. Yeah, I'm just giving you a fucking hard time. Terrified. Yeah, I was gonna mention Rabid, but we could just do that at a different time too.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. But that's the one from the Soska sisters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Spanish. Does that sound right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally up for it. I'm actually happy knowing going into it that there's subtitles, so I make sure that I am prepared.
Yeah, I would never spring that on you
because I have a hard time reading.
You have a hard time looking at the screen.
That's fucking. Yeah, I have to look at the screen to read.
Yes,
I have a hard time with these things.
If you could put the words in front of you on the video game that you're playing, or the toilet that you're shitting on,
doing something, or
yeah.
Shut up, Corey.
If your dog could just belch out the script, that would be fine.
If dog could talk to me, I'd pay a lot more attention.
You pay attention to your dogs. You love your dog so much.
That's what I'm saying. If my dogs were the ones telling me what was being said, then this would be a whole lot easier because I pay attention to them all the time.
Well, there you go. That's your new book idea is horror stories that my dog told me.
Huh. I'm into it.
I am kind of into it too.
Terrified. All right. I guess that's gonna do it for another episode of the Podcast of Terror. We will talk to you guys next time.
Stay scary, everybody.
Fuck you, JR.
Fuck you, JR.
Fuck. I stopped it before you said it. But it's fine.
So is there chat? Because I don't see the chat.
It says it's disabled, so I just went to the stream itself. Beat was here. He's gotta go because of Cord Killers, and then Traveler was here. So there's just like 2 people.
Nice. Levi says he always comes in towards the last half. He always misses the beginning of it.
Gotta set them notifications, brosh.
Yeah. That's your notification.
I know, right? I'm gonna pee quick and let them out.
Okay.
It'll look cute because I didn't stop YouTube, and then I'll post this and shit, and then go eat.
All right.
Please hold.
I will sit here and try to. Now my stomach's growling. Hi. I wish I knew if there was chat still going or not, so I could talk to people. That's okay. You know, what does it matter? It's just us. Whoa, shit. Now I can pause that. So hi, Beat. I don't know. It's been a lot of stuff there. So I forgot, and I thought about this the other day because I heard Christina Warren mention it on Rocket last week that because of Google Plus, she was verified on YouTube, and I forgot I'm verified on YouTube. I don't have fucking anything on my YouTube, but is that important? I know I can't monetize because YouTube hates creators now, but what does verification shit mean? Like I keep seeing I'm verified on Twitter. I'm verified on. I don't know if you get verified on Facebook. I guess you have to because they made you use a real name for so long. But verified on YouTube, does that mean dick? I don't know. Anyway, be nice if I could have something to do with it. Maybe I don't want to. Yeah, many with 500K channels aren't verified. True. So it means absolutely fuck all. Just bragging rights. Hey, I'm very on YouTube. You like me? Am I your friend? No. Okay. That's I don't know. Is Kenny Loggins verified on YouTube? I feel like if Kenny Loggins is verified, then it's cool. Kenny Loggins is pretty cool. Hey, I watched Jojo Rabbit last night. That's Aaron described it very well. That is a really great movie that I don't know that I ever need to see again. That is a lovely but hard watch with the subject that it is. Probably it's fair. It's probably what it should be. Yeah, Jojo Rabbit is. It was good. It was really good. I remember when we discussed it a couple years ago on Else Nerds. I think before his Thor came out, and we talked about the fact that he was going to be playing Hitler in the new movie, and I basically was very against it. I'm like, no, fucking read the room, man. Like, is that what you want to do? Is that what he be when Jesus comes back? Is playing Hitler in a movie? No, it was great, and I think it was handled incredibly well for being what was a cutesy character in a lot of the movie. But yeah, it was tough. It was a tough film, but good, really good, worth seeing once.
What movie are you talking about?
Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, weird.
Really good. Oh, and then I saw the Star War.
The new Star Wars?
Yeah, a new Star War.
Well, that's why, um, I saw it. I wanted to acknowledge that you said that, but I was thinking of something while I was in the bathroom. Have you heard of the show Servant? That it's an Apple Plus show. M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, is that the M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, I was gonna start it, and then there was another one too. Fucking Evil, I think it was called. I don't know what that one's about, but I was curious if you had heard or watched any of them.
I have not. I haven't done any of the Apple Plus stuff yet.
Evil is CBS All Access, but I feel like everyone's trying to combat with each other.
Right.
Have horror content now.
But hey, that's good that they have horror content now, because like.
So Beat says that you need to check, and I'm saying this because I know I told you when he asked me earlier to check the Else Nerds Slack.
Okay. I'll have to do that.
You ghosting whore.
What was Evil? Now I know that there's some show on Fox where the kid's dad is like a serial killer, and they're doing like a
Prodigal Son.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter type thing.
I'm just sick of I see those commercials all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, I knew that M. Night had a show on Apple Plus, but since we still haven't done Glass yet, I just.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Glass? No.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Don't do that.
I try to make sure that the stuff, the bigger stuff, the stuff that someone else is going to ask us to do, if I have the opportunity to wait and watch it with the show,
yeah,
I like to do that. But I also like watching random horror movies, and sometimes I'll watch a random horror movie to discover something to then bring to the show, like that I'll Take Your Dead movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm totally on board for it.
Yeah,
just a lot of because there's just so many fucking movies.
Also, I didn't mention this, but I was really glad that this movie was Fox Spotlight did Ready or Not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So Fox still has some stuff coming out, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was great again because it wasn't that one fucking company that has every goddamn horror movie these days.
Blumhouse.
Yeah.
I think one's a production. I don't fucking know how stuff works.
Although, as bad as the new Black Christmas seemed to do, it sounds like maybe The Grudge is doing as bad or worse.
I haven't heard anything about the new Black Christmas, so fill me in.
The new Black Christmas
I mean, I know it exists, and I know
Yeah,
when it
it's
came out.
PG-13. People are calling it a Me Too movie. I don't know that I don't know. It's just like they fucking give the whole plot in the trailer as part of the problem.
Right.
But it doesn't. It didn't really feel like it had anything to do with Black Christmas, other than the fact that it's girls getting killed at a college at Christmas time. But they don't get killed. I think they don't get killed. Feels more like a revenge, except they're not having much revenge over. I don't know. It just people did not enjoy it. People did not understand why it was called Black Christmas. Um,
All right.
and there was just a lot of annoyance about it. I haven't seen it, so I can't say a lot about it.
Yeah.
But I know Aaron looked at me when we were seeing it chapter 2 at the theater, and that trailer played for Black Christmas, and she looked at me. She goes, "Who the fuck is this for?" I'm like, I don't know. Twitter,
Hoping that they can cash in.
right?
Beat suggests that we do Cats.
God damn. I think that will go in the same category as Xanadu. Too scary for this show.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with Cats, but what do I know?
Yeah, because musicals at Christmas have done pretty well, and Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals like Les Mis makes sense. I don't know why they didn't go Miss Saigon, but maybe because they couldn't find anybody white that was willing to portray an Asian character in Miss Saigon, which is all Hollywood knows to do at this point.
Yeah, but that's better than
Human hands on a cat.
There's that. I was thinking more of back in the day when like a clearly white actor would portray an Indian very poorly, and like I think maybe that's just not something we're going to do anymore.
Yet we still do it.
You're right.
It's we're forced to be more conscious of it now. So if you're making that decision as a filmmaker, you're gonna hear some shit.
But is it a white character playing a different ethnicity? So like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai.
Right. No, that's just the white hero trope of the white savior comes to save the entire race of Asian people. And
Yeah, I'm just gonna not continue this one because I don't see it going anywhere good.
Matt Damon and the Great Wall. But then there are things like Emma Stone played what was supposed to be a Pacific Islander in a movie not too long ago, and goddamn, I love me some Emma Stone, and it was a weird decision made by the person who made the movie, who makes a lot of movies that I really like. But he went in a direction with this that was kind of weird. Of like, why did you have Emma Stone as a blonde playing a Pacific Islander in your film? Seems like an odd choice. I don't know that I necessarily consider the Scarlett Johansson anime character of the Ghost in the Shell, when the character was never really portrayed as non-white and is not actually a human. But I get why people are upset. I understand that. And it's not my battle. I want good movies. I want good people to be in the movies. I would like to see more authenticity, and that includes having people of color get to play characters of color and involving a lot more people of color in filmmaking in general, because I think the films benefit from it.
Right.
In my opinion, it usually makes it better.
It's weird because there's a room full of old white men that are making decisions based on what they think that teenage girls want to see.
Right.
Like,
yeah, and we've made superstars out of certain actors here, and so they get the advantages of being like, okay, well, we want to get a bankable star. Yeah, but that person is a bankable star because you put them in all that shit. And maybe if you put some people that aren't, super white in these movies, they would become bankable stars too.
Right.
It can happen. It's funny how that works. But that's all political shit. Again, it's not my thing. If I ever get to a point where I get to make a movie, I'd like to be more conscious of it, but I'm also probably not the champion that movement needs.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's an odd topic to cover.
It's a tough topic. You know, it's always hard to point out the privileges of certain people when you're one of those people. You know, because you feel like you're just sort of demeaning yourself in on the one hand, and you're also maybe trying to make yourself look better on the other hand. And it's like, again, I'm not the champion for it. I shouldn't be the champion for it. I can be a supporter
Right.
of the people who are championing it. I can voice a, like, yes, I agree with them. We should really try to make some of these changes. Um, but my voice is not the one that needs to be listened to.
It got fucking deep there at the end.
I get that sometimes.
It happens.
I didn't tell you what I was afraid of this week, so you lucked out there.
Oh. I should have asked you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was springing something on you. For the podcast of terror, I thought maybe I'd try to figure out what it is that we're scared of, and not just like today's society, but just like for us. You know, we're adults. We watch horror movies, but what's getting on you right now?
Right.
And it can be clowns. I'm not ashamed to say, you know, fucking clown makeup can freak you out, but could be other things too.
Right.
And maybe it's stuff like that that's like when you see a movie like Get Out or Us, and it approaches horror in a way that I would have never considered before. It's because someone probably asked that question: what scares you? Oh, well, not the same thing that scares you.
Yeah, it's a weird one. We'll have to get your side next time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm also just trying to give us something to talk about at the beginning of the show.
Spice it up. Why, you're sick of talking about Taco Bell?
No, I love talking about Taco Bell, but we didn't bring anything new in Taco Bell this week.
It's true. Fucking Taco Bell. I guess it's probably going to happen like once a month.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it hurt to throw in new items there once a week there, Taco Bell?
Yeah. Give a little.
Yeah. Fucking assholes. All right. The
I
episode.
mean, we gave you the opportunity this week. You could make a clit lupa.
Fucking the episode is posted. I'm kind of glad that's not in there, but will you get more scared again the next day? Or you stop giving a fuck? That's a good point. I'm gonna go make fucking sloppy joes.
Yeah, you make your sloppy joes. I don't know what I'm gonna do because Erin was off today, and I don't know if she had any plans for dinner, since we're trying to do less of the stuff that we would normally eat.
Yeah.
I may make myself some chili dogs.
Fuck yeah, because I kind of want a hot dog too.
Yeah.
But sloppy joes.
After all that talk about what we did with JR and the hot dogs, it really whetted your appetite.
No, I watched The Irishman yesterday, and that's where part of my day went. But there's a scene with chili dogs, and I'm like, fuck, man, I kind of want chili dogs now.
Well, knowing what I know very little of Scorsese's stuff, does Joe Pesci become like the chili dog at some point?
No.
Okay.
No, the chili dog scene is a very, very brief piece. It's not like a reoccurring thing, but
yeah, one of the things I was looking forward to coming back to Michigan is Coney Islands. And
yes.
I find a lot of places that have Euro sandwiches, which is part of my life growing up with Coney Island places, but not a lot of like Coney Islands yet.
Right.
And I'm really fiending for a good Coney Island place. I guess there's one in Kalamazoo, but it's just inconvenient. It's not here.
Be better if it was.
I want stuff here, now, in my face.
Okay. Fuck
Okay.
hot dogs.